Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out the HD re-release version of Spelunky now on PC and Steam. And you may be wondering what on earth is going on here. I remember back in the day you actually did like a small Let's Play of this game. That is true, but I never actually did a proper Indie Impressions video for it since it was at that moment exclusively on console. But as of today, and as of this recording, it is now available on Steam for purchase. And you can actually get in for some HD remastering and a lot of good times ahead. So I'm going to press A to begin here, and we will get into things. We've got a lot to talk about. This is a really deep and intricate and wonderful game, and if you somehow have avoided it up until now, well, today's your lucky day. You are going to be inundated by hundreds of videos of this game. I think everybody in my little YouTube community have all gotten on board for this one, and I'm quite thankful to have gotten a review code myself. Anyway, so let's look at the options here. We've got a how to play, got controls. I am using the 360 controller in case you're wondering. Hopefully I will remember the controls from the last time I had played this, because it's been a little while. I actually haven't really played this one for, I don't know, a good 6 months at least. I did have it on the 360, as I'm sure you probably already know, given that I already talked about it, but you know, in general, it was one of my favorite games on the console, and I just didn't give it as much time as it deserved because other things took precedence, and I'm glad to now have it on now what is sort of my primary gaming platform, which is, you know, Steam and PC in general. So, as you saw there, we've got options, we've got plenty of things to see and do. Player stats are totally blank. This is my absolute first beginning of the run here, and if you don't know what this game is about, essentially think of it like an Indiana Jones simulator. We've got an endlessly traversable series of caves that are going to be randomly generated or procedurally generated. I'm not sure which is the better of the two in this case. There are all sorts of little, you know, power-ups and things to find. We've got gold and treasure. We've got damsels in distress. It's all good stuff. So let's just start a new run. We've got an adventure. We've got daily challenge, which is the new mode here, where basically there's an even playing field where everyone will be playing the same level. Because usually every time you play the game is totally procedurally generated in a new way. But in this case, every person for that day gets the same seed of the same level, and we can all compete on leaderboards for it. So it's kind of a big deal, and a really welcome addition to the PC version. And then there is some local co-op as well, or deathmatch in this case. You can play either way. So we're going to embark on our adventure. Oh, and I do want to mention also on the main title screen, actually I should just go back for a second and just show you. When you go to the first thing, see how that little spear comes through and there's that red-tipped bird feather on the end? I noticed in the very first time I launched the game when I was getting my sound levels, there was actually a fishbone there, and I've never seen that come back again. So a little quirk that I'm not sure anybody's noticed. I'm not sure why that is that way. I just thought I would point it out because it's kind of an interesting little thing. Alright, so we've got a character we can choose here. I'm just sort of curious to know. Oh, wow. 16 locked items? That's quite a few. I've still yet to figure out if that means that we have the ability to use, you know, the downloadable content from the 360 version. I guess we will find out eventually. But if you remember this game back in the day, it was a big deal. It was a really fun game that was made in Game Maker, and it had some pretty retro-looking graphics. And I mean, it's still a big deal. It's more of a big deal now than ever. But back then, people were really excited by it because there wasn't a whole lot like that. So let us begin our journey into the journal here. Press back to open it. Alright, so we're going to tutorialize. My name is Yang, this is my journal. Dusty maps, rumors, amazing treasures led me here, deep under the desert, so on and so forth. Probably don't need to read this stuff because the actual game pretty much speaks for itself. Alright, so we are here in the tutorial 1. Our goal, grab all the stuff, try not to die. There, we've killed an enemy. That adds it to our journal, which we'll be completing little by little. There's quite a few pages to the journal, as you see here. Lots and lots of enemies to find, lots of treasures, lots of traps. Every time you die as well, you also add another entry to the journal. I'll try and be careful here because it would be awfully embarrassing if I died on my very first run in the tutorial where there's not even all that much dangerous stuff going on. Now you can run, you can walk, you can jump, you can whip. There's all sorts of different traversal mechanics, and you'll notice a lot of really beautiful little details here, little flourishes. There's all sorts of diversity in the tiles that make up the backgrounds. There's actually dynamic shadows, which I'm not sure I really remember seeing in the 360 version. I mean, they were probably there, but they just seem like a new thing to me for some reason. The graphics are definitely high definition. They look lovely. and they're complemented with an absolutely wonderful soundtrack, which there are tracks to this that I absolutely love hearing and just will like sit on that level and listen to it as long as I can. If you play the game enough, you'll run into certain like little, I don't know how to describe them, but they're like chiptune remixes of some of the other songs. Journey has been more difficult than I've expected. Fallen on spike pits, stepped into traps, and been attacked by monsters. Yet no matter what happens, I always wake up at the entrance to the mines. It's like death itself has lost its way down here. Despite the eeriness of these events, I remain focused at the task at hand. Usually I press on pursuing my fame and fortune. But yeah, as I was saying, there are some really great musical tracks, and this is one of the better soundtracks that I've ever run into. And all in all, this game, you can easily spend, I don't know, probably like 100 hours playing this if you try to do all of the crazy challenges that are set out in front of you. And that's the thing, at the first glance, you would think this game is, you know, it's fairly easy to wrap your mind around the concept, make it to the goal of each level, don't die, you know, try to learn your way through all of the problems that are going to be thrown at you. But then you come to find out the game is way, way deeper than you give it credit for, and there are tons and tons of things that you might just pass on by. And that's the sort of depth that makes me really want to come back and keep playing this. You can throw a rope, we've used a bomb, open up a treasure chest, but I mean, little things. I mean, if you've watched any of my friends play this, you'll know by now there are some facets to the game that require exploration and just careful play and nuance. Things like finding, you know, secrets that let you get to levels you wouldn't normally have gotten to unlock secret characters, which again, that's another thing. There are secret characters in this. Probably should have placed that bomb a little bit more carefully because I just sort of wasted one there, but I have 7, and this is the tutorial, so who cares, right? And let's grab some more treasure. I could push this block and use it to get up to this corner. A couple more bits of gold waiting for me. And if we hold hold right trigger and run, we can jump over that gap. And it's also teaching us we can run over gaps like that as long as they're one tile apart. Wow, all sorts of stuff up here. Tons more bombs. I'm not sure why we needed so many bombs, but we can plant one here. That's kind of a trap in a way because there's not enough room for you to really effectively walk across that. So if you find yourself putting the bomb in and you're not really sure where to go, you might actually just blow yourself up. Caught a glimpse of the Lush Paradise the other day at the end of the mines. How could such a place exist so far underground? What lies beyond? It is certainly mysterious, actually, when you're not sure of what you're doing and all the little elements of this game start to come together. There is a lot of mystery and wonder going on, and it's just generally really a cool sense to, you know, figure this stuff out little by little. And learn the things like how you should never throw a rock the way I just did because it will probably end up hitting you on the head again. And doing yourself damage in that case. I found the store. I can buy some bombs or ropes. I'm good on both, so probably just gonna avoid that. But there's little tips and tricks you pick up over time, and the game is very experiential in a way that not a lot of games are. I mean, you find yourself just really going over these same little nuances until you really have perfected them, and there is a lot to figure out. No trap here? Really? Oh, okay. Might as well go up here. That idol would normally spawn a big old boulder that will come and crush your face if you're not out of the way in enough time. And if I push these gold bits around, there we go. Push them together with 2 blocks and actually seems to crush them. Have I really done that? Oh, okay. I thought I created a situation where I could go in but not back out. And I am nearing the end of the tutorial, I believe, and then we will start a proper run. There we go. Oh, and it's going to teach us about damsels as well. Certainly give you a lot of treasure to go find in this tutorial. I don't remember there being so much. But yeah, I mean, this is one of those not really indie impressions sort of episodes where I've already played the game a ton. Oh, I should probably go get Monty. So I'm not, like, learning the game as much as I usually am in this case. We're sort of running through it. Oh, okay, gotta use a rope there. Not really that big of a deal in this case because I think a lot of you guys have probably seen this game in some capacity, whether that be the original PC version or the remaster on 360. So I'm just sort of doing this out of just, I want to play it, and it's just a game that I feel deserves to definitely be in the grouping there of the Indie Impressions game. And what did we add to our journal? Oh, the damsel. It could be a guy, a gal, or a dog. I think the dog is probably the most adorable. Aru! And I believe that is the end of our journal experience. Take the key to open the entrance of the mines, and so it begins. What could be 1,000 deaths await us in this endless mine. And that theme just keeps getting reiterated over and over. So let's spin the wheel and see what we get on our first run. There's also something kind of cool about documenting your very first run of a new game like this that you will inevitably be spending tons and tons of time with. We've added the mines to our journal. Now, the game actually formally has about 4 different places that you can go visit, and I hope it doesn't seem like spoilers to say. Oh, spider in the pot, which, super dumb move on the first thing there. I meant to whip him, instead chose to jump on his head. That didn't actually work because I missed. But yeah, the 4 different places, like I mentioned, you know, you've got the caves, and then there's like an underground jungle, and then from there, things get more and more treacherous. But there are more than that, those 4 areas, if you actually know what you're doing. And again, I'm pretty sure most of you guys already know that stuff, but, you know, it's very exciting to find those places, so that's why I don't want to spoil them or say their names specifically. But, you know, getting to the jungle is not that big of a deal. If you hold down on the directional stick, you will actually find yourself able to look down, which is invaluable, and actually should always look before you leap, because there is fall damage in this game, and it only takes 1 wrong move to plummet to your death. Which is sort of why it's so rewarding, because when you have a really good run, it's often on your own skills. But by that same token, you can also end up failing on your own, you know, lack of skills plenty of time, and that will happen. It's a learning process. Alright, we found Monty the dog. Kind of curious, I needed to test if I could push a block by jumping into it. Does not appear so. It's a good idea to carry a rock with you at all times, just because you never know when you're going to need to spring a trap or something. There are often times when a rock is actually going to save you from a precarious move. And I'm just going to leave Monty right there. He should walk to the goal, and we will get another to our health, since I sort of stupidly wasted a heart on that one spider that I just walked right into. And all in all, pretty good first floor. It looks like I've gotten mostly all the treasure that I need out of here. There's a couple of other bits of gold over on the right, which I don't think are accessible to me without spending bombs, and in this case, bombs are a pretty precious commodity. I could try and make my way up and over, but I'm going to choose not to. So let's go on to the next floor. And there are 4 floors of each, like, subfloor. So there's like 4 of the caves, then 4 of the underground jungle, and so on and so forth. But there are ways to, I don't want to say skip, but minimize how difficult some areas are. Alright, 2 for 1 there on that one. And what do we have here? It looks like we've got an idol below us. And we've also got Monty the dog right on the beginning. The amount of tiles you can fall, I don't know, it's roughly the size of the screen from the top to the bottom, maybe slightly less. Like, this seems safe, but if I were to fall from here and jump, that would probably be enough to hurt me. Or if I fell straight down to the ground all the way down. Now, you can also use Monty if you want to throw at objects or enemies, which I, you know, don't recommend doing, because it's sort of mean. Monty's a nice dog, I don't want to hurt him. But, you know, he can save you in certain situations, too. Like, if you find yourself face-to-face with an arrow trap, and that thing shoots off, and you're holding Monty, it will take the brunt of that damage and not hurt you. So, you know, carrying around the dog, not always a bad call. I'm going to drop him down. He doesn't trigger the bat, and then we're going to try and see if I can grab this idol and not kill myself in the process. So I want to make sure I have a spot that I can jump up to. My plan is I'm going to grab it, I'm going to run to the left, and the giant boulder will hopefully not kill me. There it goes. And hopefully not kill Monty either. Looks like we're okay. I'm not sure where that went, but it looks like it spared most... Oh, okay, fell a little too far there. Skeletons, also you want to always whip those when you run into them. If you end up seeing a skeleton around, it means it's probably going to attack you, or there's like a 50-50 chance of it. I'm going to grab this idol and run my way down. Use it to spring this arrow trap if it hasn't already been sprung. It has, though, because that boulder went by. The other thing to fear is the shopkeeper, who can get very easily pissed off at you if a boulder runs into his establishment. In this case, it was about as close as possible. We're just going to drop him off there, drop that off there, And now what do I want to do here? I can't really set a bomb because I could just make the shopkeeper upset, but if I do it like over here, maybe? I just want to break this thing, but not anger the shopkeeper. I have angered the shopkeeper. Alright, well, I'm probably going to die now. I'd really like to just... Oh. Wait, what happened here? Did he go over to the left? I should not be exploring. Alright, so I've taken so long that the ghost has shown up. He could kill you in one hit, so I just want to get out of there. But now, for the rest of my game on this run, the shopkeeper is going to be angry at me, so I got to be careful about that. He's got a shotgun, and he will jump around, and he will use it ferociously. I don't really want to get too close to that TNT block, because that could blow up if I trigger it by accident. Pot didn't have a snake in it. Alright, so we found a treasure chest, as well as a caveman. Treasure chests require a key to open. I want to throw him in this pit. Oh, come on now. I want the treasure chest, not the caveman. Oh, arrow! Alright. That's 2 of my health, so things are all of a sudden looking kind of grim. A moment ago they were okay. This scorpion could kill me in one shot. If he sees me, he's going to leap at me, and it's going to be pretty ugly. So inside of this treasure chest, if you're wondering, is a special item that's going to allow me to see treasure within the walls of the dungeon or cave. And I definitely want to have that for various reasons, but in general it just makes life a lot easier. I throw a rope down because that's fall damage territory. And make my way very carefully. I mean, a lot of the challenge of this game is just understanding traversal mechanics, being able to not fall to your death very often is very nice. I'm gonna... do I want to bother? I don't think I want to bother going over there. Nothing but death awaits me. Oh, and shopkeeper, which he's gonna be my first death. I saw that I took him down. I put him in a stun position, and I could have grabbed his shotgun if I thought fast enough, and proceeded back to shoot him, but I did not have the reaction time, unfortunately. We're gonna do a quick restart and do another run. And after that, I think you'll have a good idea of what to expect out of Spelunky. I mean, there's a lot more to it, don't get me wrong. Like I said, the game is extremely deep. There are tons and tons of areas to find, secrets to find, characters to unlock, and challenges to overcome. And whatever the scope of this one episode is, there's guaranteed like 100 times more content than I could possibly show. And I mean, like Michael A.L. Fox himself, a YouTube friend of mine, has a 100-part series on this game. And I'm sure we will see many more of those cropping up in the weeks to come. Maybe I should say, oh, well, there's a fast run for you. It's about the dumbest way I could have died in the world. Certainly an addictive game as well. When you find yourself dying quickly, the impetus is just to start over immediately, and you can find yourself doing that 20 times in a row easily. Or more. I mean, entire days have gone by where I've just decided to just spend time playing this over and over again, trying to improve on skills and not make stupid mistakes. I should have whipped that skeleton. There was a mistake right there. Grab this rock. I want to throw this up so the arrow trap triggers, but not hit myself with the rock. Alright, that didn't quite work. There we go. Because there is a chance that either the rock or the arrow will just fall down that ladder and then land on my head. I think the arrow does like 2 damage or something. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, the spider... I knew it was coming, yet somehow I didn't get out of the way. I'm not sure why. Let's look down. Alright, that's safe fall. That's roughly like 1 tile away from what the maximum fall distance is. And if you're wondering, there's a pretty good chance that I could Let's Play this. I mean, I've already done it a little bit. I've done 6 or so episodes before my PVR failed, and it was the only console game that I've ever attempted to record. But, you know, unfortunately my PVR did not last very long at all. So now that this is on PC, you know, the options are rife for exploration here. I'm going to try and get down there, because getting to a crate is a really big bonus, especially early on, especially because there's a sapphire down here as well. Alright, 3 more bombs. Nothing bad about that. Heading back up. I probably shouldn't have wanted to use a rope there, but I did have to. I mean, the other option was I could try to blow my way back out with another bomb. I think we're good to go. I'm just going to avoid opening this pot in case there's a spider in there, because it's a kind of a bad spot. And we'll just let Monty run down and grab the rock and move on. So we'll have 4 hearts going into the 2nd level and a pretty decent amount of gold. Skeleton, make sure you jump or whip. Jump on the snake as always. Okay, well, almost hit myself with that rock. And that arrow trap probably should have hit me, but because I was falling fast enough, it skipped me. You can also use these random critters you find in the landscape as, you know, triggerable items like that. You could just throw a rat around and use it to, you know, set off an arrow trap, or I don't know, actually. There's not a whole lot of other things you could use it for other than that, but I'm sure there are some uses. Maybe, can you hurt enemies with a rat? That seems strange to me. I kind of want to try now that I mention it. There's a snake there. Nope. Okay, rats do not hurt snakes. I've never tested that before somehow. Alright, so I've got 16,000 gold, which is quite good, actually. I kind of want to buy these climbing gloves, but they're really expensive. I'm going to go ahead and buy a rope pile and the climbing gloves. See, what the nice thing about these is I can now just run up walls. I don't have to worry so much about using ropes. There are certain situations when I'm still going to be able to use ropes, but, you know, in this case, kind of happy with this. So we've got a big freaking spider up there on the ceiling with a couple of baby spiders. The nice thing about these spiders, if you kill them, they drop the paste, which is going to allow me to have my bomb stick to surfaces, and these two spider webs right here are perfect for me to throw a bomb into, and hopefully, yep, they triggered everything there and killed all of the enemies in one go. So now I get the paste, don't have to worry so much, and I can actually stick my bombs to walls. There are situations when that will be invaluable, when I'll be able to, like, you know, climb up a wall and basically drop them like some sort of a CIA operative or secret agent or something, and sneak through weird positions. There is an altar up there, which is a place where you can sacrifice friend or foe alike on the altar in order to please Kali. And I kind of want to go up there, actually, because I need the key to open up that treasure chest. And hopefully it's in this position. Plus there's a bunch of gold, so you might as well recoup on some of the stuff I lost by buying the climbing gloves and ropes. Is there anything I can sacrifice? Not really. And I'm also not really seeing the key unless I just ran by it. I'm pretty sure I would pick it up if I saw it, you know, presently available. Where is the key? How strange. Key has to be on the same level as you, so... Alright, well now the ghost is in play. I should be able to just kite him around for a while. I'm not too worried about it, but if I find myself in a bad position... Oh, there's the key, up at the top. Alright, well this is terrible. There is a chance that I could end up killing myself here if I don't play my cards right. Pretty good chance, actually. Okay, get in there. Alright, well, that's probably what's gonna happen. Try and kite him back over in this direction. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough time to be able to pull this off. So I want to lower him or get him down as low as possible. And whoa, that was really close. Another bomb. I'm wasting all my bombs now as well. Oh, come on, really? That's what's gonna happen there? Alright, can't probably get Monty and the key. So this was a really bad call. Monty and the key. Alright, if I want to be crazy... Oop, wow, that is not what I meant to do. I put a bomb on the altar, now everything's got spiders on it. Things are going to hell really fast. But, in a way, that actually sort of worked, because now I can actually get back up here without the ghost bothering me quite as much. Well, still bothering me somewhat, but if I could just get to this key... Oh, well, I'm going to have to probably go back a different way, because now there's spiders filling up everywhere I just was. Unless they've given way. No, they have not. Alright, let's just jump in, see what happens. And, alright, bounced right up into the ghost. It was looking good for a minute. But these are the kind of wacky hijinks that you can experience in your own runs of Spelunky for PC, available right now. Definitely recommended. I couldn't really give you a much higher praise for this game. You can easily spend 20 to 50 hours at like a minimum just getting better at this game while you've learned, you know, learning all the little nuances and tricks that you have to use to get through all the scenarios that'll be in front of you. These little slots on the edges of this door, those will all be filled up with rubies and gems of various kinds. As you fill things up, there's shortcuts you can open to get to further levels in the game without having to play through them. All kinds of stuff. I felt like I had the climbing gloves for a second. I was going to run up this wall. So yeah, you should definitely go get it. No questions about it. Link's going to be in the description. I hope you go check it out. With that, I will be wrapping up another episode, so thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, remember to check the description. Leave any support you can. All my social media stuff is right in the description. Feel free to check out my website, which at the time of this recording is actually down, but I'm working on it, so no worries. Hopefully things will be resolved in a matter of hours, if not days at the most. But yeah, indie-impressions.com is normally where that is. But I've also got, my Twitter, my Facebook, all kinds of other stuff, so feel free to just go through all the stuff in there. Send me a message, say hey if you'd like, and I hope to hear from all of you. And I hope you'll come back again tomorrow because I do a new episode every single day. So I will see you then, and I hope you have a lovely night. Take care, everybody. Later.